Well, this is Brother Peter with tidbits from the Word. We are in our third excerpt this morning, and we are in chapter 16 of the book of Proverbs, and we're not just reading through it, just to read through it today, because today's the 16th, which is today's the day that we should be reading Proverbs 16. But we're reading it through, learning again. Learning. You say, well, how many times you read it? But I don't know how many times I've read it. But every time I read it, I relearn it. I relearn it new. I ask the Lord to give me new. I don't have a whole bunch of notes right here on it. I make new notes as I go each time. And each time I go through, I try to see what is new for me. Because you can travel the same road every day, day after day after day, and I've done this before, gone 17 miles from here to LaGrange, up the road where I live, and I drive that every day. And then the summer, the spring, winter, and fall come around. In the summer, all the leaves are on the trees and everything. And then in the fall, all the leaves are gone, and you're running down the same road you rode every day all year, and all of a sudden you see a house. You say, I didn't know the house was there. It was covered and hid by the leaves and everything. Now the leaves have fallen. Here you see it. Well, it's always been there. So it's not anything new. It's just something new to you because you saw it. And that's the way the Bible is. You read the same scripture over and over and over again. One day the leaves will be moved and you'll be able to see what you are reading. Now, verse 30 talked about the man shutting his eyes in chapter 16 and devising froward things, moving his lips and being evil. But verse 31 says, the hoary head, that's the gray hair, like mine and like many of you watching this morning, is a crown of glory. It is to be found in the way of the righteousness. Is to be found in the way of righteousness. And what we need to do is to know that the righteous man puts his faith, his trust in God. And then verse 32. Look at verse 32. He that's slow to anger is better than the mighty. Look, and he that ruleth his spirit, though he taketh a city. Here's a man right here. Look at a man. Let's see a man. A man named Alexandria. Alexandria was a man that took the whole known world at one time. But he was a man of wrath. A young man, but a man of wrath. He slew one of his best friends. He cut him down in a fit of anger. He slew Clytus, and afterwards he had anguish in his heart. And his best and most loved friend left him with rotten bones, left him with a daily feeling to get up every day and say, man, I got mad and I killed my best friend. I killed my friend that loved me. I killed my friend that I loved in a fit of anger. Listen, be careful with your anger, and be careful to rule your spirit. Even though you could take a big city or win everything every day from the time you get up in the morning till you go to bed at night, be careful that you don't get a hoarding spirit and be of a perverse mind. Be slow to anger. Isaac was slow to anger. Joseph was slow to anger. Samson was slow to anger. David was slow to anger. Paul was slow to anger. We have examples in the Bible that show us when a man did get angry, that he got himself in trouble every time that he got angry and acted on that anger. Now, the Bible said be angry and sin not. You can be angry and sin not. I got angry and I sinned with my mouth a little yesterday. I found out that one of my trailers had been stolen, a couple $1,000 deal. and somebody came along and backed up and hooked up to my trailer and drove off with it and stole it. And this is a trailer I use every day. Not every day, but I use it. It's a part of my mainstay. I might not would even have this computer did I not have that trailer, because it made me be able to make some finances to be able to live on. And now I have this investment gone down the road. Somebody probably took it, swapped it for $100 worth of beer, or $15 worth of pot, or even one shot of cocaine, and for nothing. Took the trailer and got nothing out of it, because whatever he got out of it is gone, and now he's got nothing. He's got to go steal something else to do the same thing over again. I put a $1,000 reward if that man could be put in jail. You say, well, how you feel about that, brother? I feel bad. I feel bad putting a man in jail, but the man that comes along and does this kind of thing needs to be dealt with. He needs to see the error of his way. Do you think putting a man in jail today does any good? Not a bit. Not one bit. Not one bit of good. Not one bit. There are people today who would as soon live in jail as live out. They say, well, look, I get plenty to eat. I know how to work the system. While I'm in there, I can smoke. Matter of fact, I talked with a man the other day, and this is no joke. He said, do you know that it was easier for me to get dope in prison? It was easier for me to live the life that I live out here right now in prison than it is out here. I could smoke all I wanted to smoke. I could drink all I wanted to drink. I could get all the dope I wanted to get. I could stay wasted every day if I wanted to. And he's in the jailhouse. It's a farce. Today, it's a farce to have jails that have crooked jailers, that have people who are supposed to be taking a day's pay to do a day's work for something, and they're selling their soul to make more money and stuff from those prisoners, and learning how themselves to get a hold of dope and everything. And he that is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and he that ruleth his spirit, it can take a walled city. Verse 33, the last verse in chapter 16, confidence in God. The lot is cast into the lap, but the whole dispersing thereof is of the Lord. Back in the days of the Old Testament, there was a thing called a Urim and a Thummim, or there were things that you casted lots. They were like a paradise, if you please. And you would say, for this, whose lot is this going to fall on? And a man would have, say, a number. Just like if you said my number 7, and you rolled the dice and it came up number 7. Well, most of the people in that day that had the Urim and the Thummim had an apron on called an ephod. And that apron was on their lap. It went down over their knees, and it would be made of some type of leather. And it could stretch it tight, and it would be like a table. And he would shake those bones and drop them in his lap. And whatever the lot was cast upon, it fell on, that was what the answer was. And so he's talking about the lot of the Lord being dispersing, or being cast down to the right and the wrong. So we can today see that the lot is cast on the righteous side by living for the Lord, in the fear of the Lord. And this is what 16 is all about, really, is the two things, the conundrum of dark, good and evil, of good and evil. And that's what a proverb is, by the way. It has the dual side, the good side, the evil side. Well, our time has come and gone. It has been good to be with you. click on another one of these and learn